Was that a good test?
Speak for everyone. No.
You point? Yeah. Does that mean we're ready to go?
Dave.
Hey, check me out on the camera. Hi, sexy. You're listening to The Dollop on the All Things Comedy Network.
You can check out the video of this podcast on YouTube at All Things Comedy. FYI.
Gareth.
Yeah, Dave.
You know.
We're jumping right in with biz.
You know hiring is difficult.
Oh, God, you don't need to tell me at Gearcore. I mean, what a nightmare it's been.
Yeah, you guys have
nightmare year.
Well, let me tell you,
we're in the red. It's a nightmare.
There's one place where you can go where hiring is simple, it's fast, and it's smart. A place where growing businesses connect to qualified candidates, and that place is ZipRecruiter.com/dollop.
I feel like you told me about this before, and I floated it up to myself, and something happened with Gearcore. There must have been a lapse.
Yeah, you got a bad board situation over there. You also got bad management, which you could all find at ZipRecruiter.
Okay.
ZipRecruiter sends your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards, but they don't just stop there. Gearcore. I'm speaking to Gearcore right now.
You're talking to the CEO, goddamn.
With their powerful matching technology, ZipRecruiter scans thousands of resumes to find people with the right experience and invite them to apply to your job at Gearcore. What do you guys? What kind of people are you hiring right now at Gearcore?
We're looking for all types. We're looking for people who are good at accounting management and anybody who's able to sort of kind of cross a lot of T's and anything that needs to be cross it, anything that needs a dot, give it a dot.
This all sounds really, really not focused. Maybe ZipRecruiter can help you out with that. As applications come in, ZipRecruiter analyzes each one and spotlights the top candidates so you never miss a great match. So effective that 80% of employers who post it on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. So we're talking first day for Gearcore.
We need it, too, because that's huge. I've been thinking about doing an undercover boss.
Yeah, and I guarantee you can find a lot of cat lifters because I know you got a problem with that.
Unbelievable.
With high results like that, it's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the highest-rated hiring site in America. And now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/dollop. That's ZipRecruiter.com/dollop. DOLLOP. You know
me.
ZipRecruiter.com/dollop. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
And Gearcore, making dreams realities, kind of.
What?
We need a slogan guy, too.
You need a lot of guys.
We need a slogan guy.
The whole thing is
got to fire whoever came up
the whole
with
thing's
that.
a wash.
Yeah.
And called it, quote, his jam pad.
Jam pad?
I'm the fucking hippo guy!
Dave, okay.
My name's Gary.
My name's Gary.
Wait.
Is it for fun?
And this is not going to become the Tiggly podcast.
Okay.
This is like anarchy!
On a 5-part coefficient.
My room is playing!
Now hit him with the puppy.
You both present sick arguments.
No sleep till hippo!
No sleep till hippo.
Action part.
Hi, Gary.
No.
Nicely done, my friend.
Order in the court.
There's a lot of swearing in that, and I want to apologize to any of the nuns listening who don't swear and they get upset with that kind of thing, as I recall from Catholic school.
Okay. Not going
to
well.
Catholic school for 2 years.
Sure.
And Sister Catherine, once I had...
We haven't said what the podcast is yet.
It's The Dollop. This is an American history podcast. Each week I read a story from American history to my friend.
Gareth Reynolds, who has no idea what the topic is going to be about. Now the business is out of the way. Let's have some fun in.
Yeah, I mean, there was a book, and I just added a lot of swear words in, and Sister Catherine found it, and I got in a lot of trouble. I put dick and balls. I added words into it. Was a book that we're reading in English class, but I added
dick and balls.
I put some flair in.
Sure. Notes for the author.
Because I didn't think Herman Melville really knew what he was doing.
You mean Herman Balls Melville?
Boom. Gareth.
Yes, Dave.
This podcast, The Dollop, is also brought to you by Mack Weldon, a premium men's essential brands that believes in smart design and premium fabrics, and we love it.
Love them.
It's not even.
Yeah.
It's the real deal with us. And
they'll last the apocalypse.
Yeah. I know that's probably going on a limb. That's not their
No.
That's not their guarantee. It's what we think.
I talked to them over there. Gearcore reached out.
You're in the apocalypse. You'd be like, it's fine. I have my Mack Weldons.
Yeah, and that'll be all you'll have.
That's
You'll
all
just
you
be on a
need.
motorbike, like, eating the heart of your enemy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with sweet underwear.
With sweet ass undies.
They believe
Just
it.
fit nice
So good
fit.
and soft.
Yeah, soft. The right amount of thickness and softness. I don't know how they did it.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they made it by NASA.
They believe in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping. Mack Weldon will be the most comfortable underwear, socks, shirts, and undershirts, hoodies, sweatpants, and more that you ever wear. They have a line of silver underwear and shirts that are naturally antimicrobial, which means they eliminate odor, which I know is good for you, which is an important thing for you,
Yep, for
which is
sure.
one of the things that you need
Yeah,
in your life.
right, of course.
They want you to be comfortable, and if you don't like your first pair, you can keep it, and they'll still refund you the money.
Right.
That's
So that's
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
No questions asked. They're not going to ask questions. They're not going to go, what's going on?
What did you do with them?
Not only do Mack Weldon's
Can we
underwear...
come over and see you in them?
No, they're not going to do that. That's more
Give it-
your job.
Give us your address at home.
Not only do Mack Weldon's underwear, socks, and shirts look good, they perform well too. It's good for working out, going to work, going on dates, just everyday life. I wear, I'm going to say it right now, I wear boxer briefs. I'm a boxer brief guy.
I wear boxer briefs too.
I'm going to take them out. I'll show you.
Show me.
I'm not going to show you.
Present.
What?
Present to me.
That was kind of like an order, sir.
Give it to me. Look, you're a little turned on by
Oh
it.
my
You're like, oh my God.
This podcast is getting
Oh
special.
boy.
Yeah, so it's super. You just go on the website. It explains the different kind. They got like four different types of the underpants. That's pants that you put on underneath your pants.
Oh, that makes sense. I've been wearing them outside.
Super easy to use, super easy to get. Just comes to your door. You don't have to chase down a truck or anything like other companies.
Sure.
So for 20% off 20% off your first order, visit MackWeldon.com and enter promo code Dollop at checkout. That's MackWeldon.com. Promo code Dollop for 20% off your first order. We love them.
Yep.
Last but not least, today's show is sponsored by Talkspace.
Ah.
The online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere at any time. All you need is a computer with an internet connection or a Talkspace mobile app. That means you can improve your mental health even if you've had trouble making time for it in the past, which you may, because you may have a very demanding job.
Yeah.
You might be putting your name on everything.
Or you don't like the
talking
waiting
about
room
your
crossover,
daughter's boobs,
which is
or
always a
whatever.
little weird. What happened? Something happened.
Sometimes you talk about your daughter's boobs in uncomfortable situations, like on TV. You tell people that she's attractive, and it's not cool because she's your daughter.
Wait.
Look, a lot of people are freaked out right now.
Depression is up.
Depression's up.
Highly
up. It's hard for a lot of people with what's going on. It's weird to have a fascist government taking over. So you can do this. If you don't have a lot of time for therapy, I've gotten a lot of messages from a lot of people who are saying this has very much helped them, which is why we keep working with them, because it is genuinely
You
helping
said something about a
people.
guy and his daughter that just sort of...
Oh, the guy who wants to... Yeah, he should get into Talkspace. He should start working with Talkspace because he wants to have. Seems like he might want to do stuff with his daughter without their clothes on. But that isn't just about that. You can get
I'll wear
whatever
chicken.
You can get stuff off your chest. You want to talk about challenges at work, whatever. Chat about life. Remember, therapy isn't just about venting your innermost thoughts or digging into childhood memories. It's also about practical everyday strategies for stress management and living a happier life. Having a therapist simply provides you a designated person for you to talk to who is trained to listen and help you make positive changes. The Talkspace platform has over 2,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in addressing life challenges we all face. To match with a perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com/Dollop and use the code Dollop to get $45 off your first month and show your support for this show. That's Dollop and Talkspace.com/Dollop. Like I said, we've been getting messages from people who've got a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah, for sure. David, we are on tour. You can go check out the dolloppodcast.com and then click on tour schedule. You can find out where we're going to be. I'm going on the road a little bit. I'll be at Helium in St. Louis the 26th of July through the 28th. The following weekend, I will be at the Punchline in San Francisco. That's the first weekend of August. And then the next weekend, I will be at Helium in Portland. So that's fun. And I'll be there.
Our next big dates are Salt Lake City on July 20th, Denver on the 21st.
Boom.
Boom. Let's just get right into this.
All right. Well, actually, wait. No, that's not the intro. For 2 notes, it's not the intro. Second, I feel like it might be a good time to do the thing we do every now and then.
Why just yell out the date?
No. Where I I'll do one. Let's do a rollop or a pollard, as they're called.
I have one.
Let's
right
do
here.
a reverse. Let's do a reverse dollop.
I have one right here.
It doesn't matter.
People can
Let's
see
have
it.
a reverse dollop.
People can see
David, let's have a reverse dollop. Shut up. And as you know, I have different rules. I'm allowed to go anywhere in the world, whereas you are, for some reason, shackled to America. Oh, and the 17th. Are we doing that show in Glendale?
Abolish ICE. Yes. Oh, my God.
Oh, and this Sunday I'll be at the Improv. Sorry.
Abolish ICE. Did I say that? They're fascists. Secondly, we are doing a show on the I should look up the name of it, but it's basically we're doing a
Do it at the end.
We're doing a show for the Glendale Tenants Union. Obviously, people are having a lot of problems with crazy rent these days. A lot of people can't afford rent. That's actually bad because if you can't afford rent, you got to live in the street. You got to do things like junk motorcycles over fountains to just get by.
Sure.
So me and another guy are putting together a night of comedy for the Glendale Tenants Union, and that's to try to get something going where it's just
Things are better. That's July 17th.
at I got it right here. I'm looking up the name.
Come on, we got momentum with the
Do we get momentum?
Yeah, Pollard.
I hate this podcast.
Yeah, now people are complaining on Facebook about
That's
this.
fine. I'm pretty drunk.
What?
Anatius, the Anatius Theater.
The Anatius Theater in Glendale?
In Glendale.
In Glendale.
I'll put up a thing on the Facebook page, and I'll hit it on Twitter and all.
Hey,
that stuff.
Dave, do
but
me a
it's
favor.
me. It's me. It's you. It's Moshe Kasher. It's Adomian, Jackie Cation. So I got a couple Armenians in there because it's a big Armenian town.
Smart. Dave, do me a favor and shut up, because March 19th, 1922.
What are you doing?
I'm in the driver's seat. Woo! It's like when a kid has a learner's permit. Quit harshing my mellow, Pops.
Travis Pastrana. He made the jump.
Okay. Hiroo Onada was born
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Hiroo Onada. That's the guy's name.
The guy's name is fucking Hero?
Hiroo.
Let's just wrap this up if the guy's name is Hero.
Hiroo.
Why even have one if the guy's
There's
leading
a lot
name?
more to this story. There's a lot more to this.
All right, tell me about your hero.
No, he's not my hero. His name is Hiroo. Hiroo Onada, now you're messing me up, was born in the village of Kamakawi in Japan.
One of my favorite villages.
He always said that. He was the 5th of 7 children. There were 5 boys, 2 girls.
How many lived?
All lived.
What the fuck?
At the beginning.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. I don't. They're different.
But they made it out
different
of they made it out of like 1 and 2. They got right out of the pipe. They made it human size.
I can't guarantee that they all lived, but in 1922 the family was humming. We had 5 of 7, so that's 7. I mean, 5 of 7. He was the 5th of 7, so that's 7 out of 7. Anyway, he's small, but he's scrappy. He said, "quote I was always defiant and stubborn in everything I did." He would say of his childhood.
That's like me.
It's very much like you remind me of this guy a lot.
Yeah.
In 1939, World War II was just getting warmed up.
I love World War II.
Great one.
I'm into this one.
At 17, Hiroo found himself working for a lacquerware company in China, which he did to get a chance to see the world outside of Japan.
Wait a minute.
But he's doing it for lacquerware, so.
Sure. So is he traveling with it, or is he just making it in China?
He's making it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he thinks he can make money. Does he think his lacquerware is going to take him around the world?
No, he just wanted to leave Japan. He never left Japan, so he just wanted to see somewhere
China.
else.
China's not a great place to be if you're Japanese in World War II starting. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, lacquerware called. But in reality, what he was really doing was he was just killing time, because he knew within 2 years he would be drafted, because every male at the age of 20 had to register for 2 years of service in the Japanese army.
20?
Yeah.
You could skip 18 and 19, just fuck off?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. That was weird to me, too.
Yeah, I mean, you start killing them young. If you're going to have a war, okay, I mean, I would start around 5, but go ahead.
Well, don't get in Dave's army, obviously.
I like a young soldier, you know what I mean?
Oh, my God. He's looking at the camera. This is what happens when you're not reading. You're just doing a little photo shoot over there with Aaron.
How are you?
While he was waiting for his definite service, he did what we'd all do. He danced, he smoked a lot of cigarettes, and he played mahjong. He smoked around 20 cigarettes a day but nights when he played Mahjong, that number went up to about 50.
What is that?
Mahjong.
Yeah.
Mahjong. It's a game.
What kind of game?
Cards. Mostly.
Oh, it's a card game.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I hope so. It's not. I'm right now picturing guys in a field rolling balls.
No. It's nothing near. It's so much closer to cards, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's not as good.
No. In May 1942, Hiroo was called up for his Army physical.
Here we go.
He passed with flying colors,
Yes.
and he was a Class A Banzai. This essentially meant that he was expected to give his life for the cause of war.
Wait, they just told you that? You didn't volunteer? They just said you're a bonsai?
Well, that's kind of where you start. I mean, I think that's like a lower...
Oh, not a kamikaze situation.
No, not a kamikaze. No. Yeah. So, but what it essentially meant was you had to give your life for war in the sense that even if you didn't die in battle, if you were expected to kill yourself before you were captured.
Sure. Honda still has that for their employees.
Absolutely. I drive a Honda.
Yeah.
Which is a hard thing to time out, obviously. Like, when is it time to kill yourself? When you do it. Yeah. Like, oh, no, they weren't coming for me. That was just like a dog.
Yeah. My dad's still going.
Yeah, no, for sure. With a little time before his service began, Hiroo quit his job, and he immediately returned home to get in better shape. He spent his days swimming in the ocean and his nights kendo sword fighting in a gym.
Fuck yeah, this is like me so far. This is totally 100%
Totally you.
me.
It's totally a you story, too.
It
That's why I
totally
think
is.
you're going to like this. It's really you. I picture you.
And now this guy's our hero, right?
He's our... Hiroo entered basic training and was an immediate standout. So much so that he was later transferred to Futamata, Japan, for training with the Devil's Karuma, which means the Devil's Karma, which is pretty badass, which is an elite class of soldier that would be trained as such.
Yeah.
He was in a class of 200. You're still picturing yourself.
So he's so far this is my story.
Yeah.
So he's like a Green Beret type gentleman now.
I wouldn't even say he's like a Green Beret, but he's like
He's a beige beret.
He's like well, how does it work in karate? So before green, I think he's a purple.
Okay.
He's a purple beret.
Purple's all right.
He's a purple beret.
We got no problems with purple.
So he was in a class of 230 other soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
They were packed into classrooms like sardines, and it was really revealed to them why they were there. The purpose of this branch of school is to train you in secret warfare, they were told.
Oh, good.
It was to be guerrilla warfare, which called for irregular tactics to fight enemy, like ambushes, hit and runs, and raids.
Like, so drop this guy in Chicago.
What?
I'm saying drop this guy in Chicago.
Yeah, I guess, but that's more like a Chris Angel thing.
No, Chris Engel's a magician.
Yeah, but what are you asking them to do?
Drop this guy in Chicago. Have him fuck some shit up.
What? I don't even understand.
Are we fighting Japan or not?
Yeah, but
So put this guy in Chicago. Let him fucking turn shit loose.
no, it's not like a movie preview.
Okay.
Okay.
I just thought it sounded really good.
Yeah, on paper maybe. So it also relied on smaller groups to do it effectively,
I thought you were going to say s'mores.
and it required s'mores to yummy. S'mores are good. Another good thing is, as a guerrilla, if you were to be caught, you were not expected to kill yourself in honor.
Why?
I'll tell you. See, if a regular soldier had been taken prisoner, at some point, if he was returned to Japan, he could potentially be sentenced to death for not taking his own life when he should have. So the punishment for not killing yourself was to be killed by others. It's fun. Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't kill yourself, they're going to kill you.
If you don't kill yourself and you get captured,
So then...
so if you're getting captured, for the most part, the mantra is, if you're captured, kill yourself before
Right.
you're captured, because
Right.
they'll get information out of you. So if you return home released from capture, for the rest of your life, you'll be walking around like an asshole.
You're a man of shame.
Or they'll kill you in court, or you'll go to court and they will sentence you to death, which is potential.
So, I mean, these are bad options.
Bad options.
The number one option I see right now is don't join the army. But go ahead.
Well, again, you were forced into it. You're still picturing yourself. But as a guerrilla, that was out the window. He was told you were absolutely forbidden to die by your own hand.
Well, what the fuck?
It may take
it's
3
so
years.
complicated.
It may take 5 years, but whatever happens, we will come back for you. Until then, so long as you have one soldier, you are to continue to lead him.
And then you just fall in love with Chicago.
No.
And then what?
No. Isn't that, nobody's
He's going to
shows.
shows,
Get
seeing bands, the
No.
fucking Bears. You're like, I love the Bears.
Here I am. If he loves the Bears, that's going to be a problem for this mission.
I'm telling you.
He was torn because he loved the Bears.
Who's the enemy now?
He wants to be the running
And
back.
then he starts fighting a war against Wisconsin.
Oh my God. Okay, this conversation's over. For 6 months in the Army, Hiroo Onada learned how to conduct guerrilla warfare with sabotage, counterintelligence, and propaganda. So that was the main reason why they didn't have to kill themselves, because if they were captured, they felt like they could mislead who took them prisoner by misinforming them and misleading them, and that in a way was sort of like poisoning them. So that would sort of help their side.
Okay.
He learned there were no right answers in guerrilla warfare. Quote, "You do what seems best suited at the time with the circumstance." This was around the time when the Japanese army had gotten control of the Philippines from the Philippines and the American forces. The Philippines already had it, but the American forces were there. But Japan needed control of it between the U.S. Army because they needed the Philippines so that there was no way America could get a direct route into Japan.
Right, or else we can land our planes there and shit's on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about.
God forbid we would do something.
You guys
in
remember
Japan.
World War III, right?
In October 1944, U.S. forces landed in Leyte in the Philippines, and it became a real possibility to the Japanese that the war in their homeland was possible.
Fuck. I don't know who I'm rooting for.
You're rooting for Dave in Chicago.
Okay.
Hiroo and 42 other students were informed that they were going to help clean up that mess.
Okay.
Hiroo immediately went home to say goodbye to his family, not knowing the next time he would see them.
He's got a wife and kids?
No. He's going to
his
say
other family.
His like his mom, his dad, all that
okay.
stuff. His mother gave him a dagger, and as she handed it to him, she said, "If you are taken captive, use this to kill yourself."
Classic mom.
Yeah, she's a sweetie.
My mom said this when I was going to college.
It's like Italian
classic
families.
mom. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then I have a picture here.
Oh, we got pictures.
Yeah.
The first time I killed myself in a battle situation was.
So this is him.
Yeah.
You can go to YouTube and see this at All Things Comedy, and that's young Hiroo.
There he is.
Okay.
He's got a nice hat.
Yeah.
Pretty serious about his uniform.
Yeah, he's serious.
All right.
No joke.
Well, he's a Japanese guy. You didn't tell me that.
Yes, I did. He's Japanese. He's
Go
from
ahead.
Japan. Very clear.
Left that whole part out.
His name's Hiroo Onada. They took off in 2 bombers on December 17th, 1944. This is the Japanese soldiers.
2 bombers.
Yeah, 2 bomber planes. And they landed at Clark Air Force Base. And the next day they went to Manila in the Philippines. Yes, Dave.
Does Japan control this part of the Philippines?
Yes. Right now,
Okay.
well, basically right now, Japan has this part of the
Gotcha.
Philippines,
All right.
but the Americans are coming to take it. And
They're
they
going to
sort
take
of,
it.
they
'Cause
know
we're going
it's
to fucking
kinda
take it
imminent.
because we're fucking America.
That's
we're
how
going
we
to
roll.
take that shit.
So when he gets to Manila, he sees that the American bombers were already dropping leaflets. He picked one up, and they read, "We are now in the South Pacific, hoping to ring in a Happy New Year with you." And this made Hiroo furious.
Yeah, because that's way too nice.
Yeah. Well, it's also, I think, a little sarcastic. But it might have been for the Islanders, but for whatever reason, he reads this, and this is where his hatred for the Americans really starts.
From a note.
From a leaflet dropped from a plane.
let's reel it back a little bit.
Well, the thing is that during the war, Roosevelt created a branch of the army that was devoted to leaflet dropping. The leaflets were a way to inform and warn enemy civilians, but it was also used as a way to psychologically affect the enemy.
Well, it sounds like it worked.
Right away, he was like,
Yeah.
"God damn them."
The next war is going to be fought with Post-its.
I think tweets.
Okay.
I think it already is, actually, now that I really think
Yeah, we're
about it.
doing it right now.
It's actually
Yeah.
happened. The Germans used leaflets in World War II
Whoa,
to
whoa,
affect the Allied soldiers. The Germans.
Who are the Germans?
They were a big player.
Why are you just throwing stuff in at the last second? The Germans are in World War II?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, big players. Huge players.
Okay.
Kind of the Pippin in the musical Pippins.
I guess maybe just don't assume I know stuff.
Wish I hadn't led with that. Okay, sure. I thought you were the... Okay.
No,
So the German leaflets were used to psychologically affect soldiers. One depicted a passionate kiss between a man and a woman and read, "Farewell. Remember her last kiss? Gee, we were happy then. Together you spent marvelous times, lounging on beaches, dancing, enjoying parties galore,
This is great.
listening to the tunes of your favorite band."
what's wrong with this?
Well, if you're an American in Germany, you read that, you're like, Miss Helen.
Oh, what if you didn't miss Helen, though? What if you're like, no, but
Then you're like, I need Helen. I need a Helen.
you're like,
I got to
then-
get me a
then
Helen.
things got weird. Fuck Helen. Also, I'm starting to realize I like dudes. I'm around a bunch of dudes right now. Dudes are pretty cool.
So then they drop one that's like, hey, it'll really complicate your mission. Don't shit where you eat. Go home and meet a nice guy. That kid you played baseball with. He's gay now.
Gary.
Gary. Or Gareth? I don't know who it is.
What? You're
I'm not gonna-
Gareth.
Right.
Why are you jumping into my fantasies?
Can I hang out? Can I just watch a little? I just want to call it. I want you to bang a guy named Gary while I call him Gareth, okay?
That's fine. That's what
And he
I'm
corrects
getting,
you.
That's what I'm getting paid for.
Okay. So at the Air Force Base, Hiroo met with his commanding officers. Among them was a Major Taniguchi. Hiroo was told to go to Lubang Island, where he was promoted to officer.
Love Lubang, by the way. If you guys can ever get there, the pool.
You love Lubang? So
The
I got a picture of
pool at
Lubang.
the Sheridan is ridiculous.
So,
Oh, we got an actual picture of Lubang?
well,
Oh, that's not very good. You brought up Adobe Photoshop Express.
oh, no.
You got Adobe Photoshop?
Yeah, for this. I don't know.
Yeah, this happens.
All right.
Do you want to open the file and then say okay?
Where?
Keep using. This is terrible.
Whatever. It's basically. Oh, I can touch the screen? That's
Oh,
way
it's a
easier.
touch screen?
No, that's not working. Okay, whatever. The point is there's a picture. It's very green. Yeah, this is just a picture of some guy. Yeah, whatever.
This is a good podcast.
Yeah. So it is a picture of... Do you want to see if you can get it going, Aaron? Because I think that's going to be fun for the others.
This is bullshit, Aaron.
So it is an extremely precipitous island, had high mountains that were covered by jungle. It was full of rice farmers. And when there, Hiroo met with General Muto, who simply told him the war is, quote, not going well at the moment.
That's not something you want to hear from a general.
Not at all. Oh, this is, okay, so you could see.
Oh, that's nice.
There's a guy in it.
Is that the soldier?
No, it's just some dude. I couldn't find one of it just on its own.
Well, Hero looks pretty good. He also
That's
looks
not
very
Hero.
casual.
That's not Hero.
Okay, so it's nice. So you could swim in the lagoon. You got a lot of
Sure, if you're there for
you got a lot of
vacation, but
mountains
he's there
you
for
can-
war.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, take a break during war. Catch a swim.
I remember when I was a kid, my mother was driving me somewhere, and we were talking about war, and I was like, so during war, you're allowed to sort of say, I need a minute, this is lunch or something? I was like 6, and she was like, boy, my son's an idiot. Or like 7. So it's full of rice farmers. When there, he met the general. He said it's not going well.
Yep.
He then looked at Hiroo and said that Hiroo's mission was going to be to blow up a pier and an airfield if the Americans were approaching.
Got it.
A job that proved daunting because General Muto thought it was a better tactic for the Japanese to try to keep that area. So on the morning of January 3rd, Hiroo awoke to someone screaming, enemy fleet sighted.
Fuck.
And by February 28th, 1945, it was starting to hit Lubang. They started with bombs on parachutes, mortars, guns, and explosions that rang out all over the island.
Bombs on parachutes.
Big player.
So slow bomb coming in.
Yeah, and those drive soldiers crazy too because
You see it coming.
yeah, and there's tons of them.
Yeah.
When they drop them, it's just like it looks
So
like
you
those
can't
little,
run around and
those
catch
little
'em.
soldiers you get at a birthday party.
Yeah,
when you're a
yeah.
kid. Yeah.
But you can't run around and catch them in a cartoon because there's too many.
I mean, it might be fun to try.
I would try it.
I'd give it a whirl
Yeah,
if
I could
it was a
catch it.
birthday party.
I could catch a bomb.
So, and then the Marines moved in. They were guarded by 4 tanks. Needless to say, Hiroo's side was outmatched. General Muto had a kidney infection, and he was laid out drinking coconut milk.
Well, fucking kill yourself.
Hiroo lamented not wiring the pier and the airfield, seeing the level of screwed they were.
Yeah.
Hiroo urged the men to move into the mountains where it was more covered by trees. But the morale was low, and everyone seemed pretty resigned to the idea that they were just going to kill themselves instead honorably. So you're right.
But why not go into the mountains and fight?
Well, I mean, but that's a great place for guerrilla tactics, but he's trying to get
Yeah.
people. So seeing their impending defeat, Hiroo Onada located 2 soldiers, Private First Class Kazuka and Corporal Shimada.
Love these guys.
And they
Kazuka
ran...
and Shimada.
Kazuka and Shimada, they're quite a pair.
Shimada and Kazuka.
No, that's in the rider. Kazuka will not perform if Shimada's name is first. You know that.
Shizuka and Kamada.
Shizuka? You're combining them now, and that's not okay. They've morphed. So those 3 all ran to the mountains, and they hid from the Americans.
Shizuka.
What? Chicago!
Yes!
No. So the coast became clear after a few days, and they
What do
started
you
to
mean the
venture out.
coast became clear?
Well, there weren't as many, there was gunfire was sort of subsiding. It sort of felt like it probably hadn't gone well for the people of Japan.
Okay.
But they were still afraid to return, but they hid in the mountains. So they were able to survive up there by making a low smoke fire and making dishes to eat that were basically banana or heavily featured banana. And the sounds of war really stopped. They were up there until like August. The sounds of war had stopped. So
when? How many months is that?
they came there in February. So they've
been up there like 6 months.
They're up there for a long time,
Okay.
like just waiting it out. There's still activity, but they're not coming into
What's
the
going
mountains,
on-
or when they
what's
are
going
coming to
on-
the mountains, they're hiding and they're sort of
What's going on
not running.
socially? Are they getting along?
Socially, yeah, things are tense. Things are tense because they're very afraid and they're eating only banana.
Mm-hmm.
So
Banana's good though.
yeah, not as every meal. It's not an every mealer.
I don't know. Have you ever heard of the banana diet?
I have not.
Yeah, this guy invented it in Japan and the Philippines in the 40s.
Oh, that's what the story is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
yeah,
it's
welcome
same
aboard.
deal.
Yeah. It wasn't until October 1945 when there was contact with the enemy again, but it was nonviolent. On the 15th, Hiroo saw a leaflet on the ground that said in Japanese, quote, "The war ended on August 15th. Come down from the mountains."
I'll buy that in a second.
The men
I'm
all
not buying that.
the men all looked at each other. Was this true? At the highest rank, Hiroo studied it and deemed it was a fraud.
Fuck yeah.
It was a curious coincidence,
I'm
though,
buying that shit.
because the activity had stopped in August. And oddly enough, Dave, the war had indeed ended.
No.
It was announced on August 15th, 1945, and it was made official on September 2nd.
Well, then why are you sending sneaky notes?
Well, this is not sneaky.
If you
This
don't
is
ma-
not. This is not someone likes you in class.
Well,
on
then
a
send a
note.
note that says, hey, invade down in the valley.
No. They're going.
Reverse psychology.
I don't know if that's reverse. That would get a lot more people killed, probably, if you think about it. You haven't thought about it. And what caused the war to end was, obviously that the U.S. dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan.
What in the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, we're just incorrigible. We're scamps. Sorry, everyone.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't think America would ever do that. America's a really good country.
Yeah.
Next thing you're going to tell me is that Japan tried to surrender first.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So Hiroo's training had not only taught him to brainwash and confuse an enemy, but that the enemy was trying to do the same to him.
Yeah.
So he saw that in this leaflet, and instead of telling the men to surrender, he told them to use this time to learn the terrain for when it was time for the Japanese counterattack.
Is the letter in English?
It's in Japanese.
So they've all read it.
They've
They're
read
the two
it.
dudes.
Yeah, they all read it. They all read it, and they're all looking at him like, what do
So
you think?
him and Laverne and Shirley, they've all read the
They're
fucking
not Laverne and
letter.
Shirley, Shimada and Kazuka.
Same thing in Japanese, Laverne and Shirley.
No. Schlemiel. No. I was
Shemazel. Hots and Pepper
Let's go to
Corporated.
Chicago.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you.
there was, and it was a new leaflet, and on December 1945, a B-17 bomber flew overhead and dropped leaflets all over the area where the men were, mainly where they were. This was a new leaflet. And the front had orders to surrender from the great General Yamashita, and on the back was a map of the area where the guys were circled in red. And the 3 men gathered, and Hiroo weighed in.
So they know they're there.
It's pretty clear that they know where they are. Yeah.
Okay.
So the 3 men gathered, and Hiroo weighed in. He believed this to also be false.
Yeah.
The men wondered why. There were a few issues, Hiroo thought. First, on there it said they would be hauled off to Japan.
Thank you.
Hauled seemed like a strong term.
That's a fucked up word.
Seemed threatening. The second red flag was that it was called a, quote, direct imperial order, which Hiroo wasn't sure was a thing. The other men agreed, and this was also deemed fake.
Yes.
Hiroo also saw no world in which the Japanese would wave the white flag.
Thank you.
They
Or
would
lose.
battle until there was nothing left.
That's right.
But that is the mentality that was instilled in him in this training. Is like, A, people are going to be like trying to mess with you all the time.
Yeah.
And B, this war, it might be 100 years. Like, literally.
Have you ever seen a Japanese prank show? I wouldn't think they'd surrender.
It would be great to see this with a little camera in the corner of people reacting to his story.
Yes.
I guess that's your role. Let's get a camera on Dave. Oh, we already have one. So when 1946 rolled around, there were fewer and fewer gunshots. One day, however, they thought they heard an enemy approaching. They quickly saw it was a fellow Japanese soldier, 4th Private Class Dave.
Sorry, I'm doing dramatic.
But this is nobody. The video is less than the audio, so you should pay attention to the story.
But I was doing good reactions.
Yeah, but there's complicated stuff in here, so it's,
Okay.
you should listen.
Okay.
There were fewer and fewer gunshots. One day, however, they thought they heard an enemy approaching. They quickly saw it was a fellow Japanese soldier, 4th Private Class Akatsu.
Kill him.
There were a few other stragglers in the mountains at this
Why
time,
didn't he kill
and
himself?
he was among them.
Why didn't he kill himself?
Well, you'll find that Akatsu, if you look at these 4 guys, like the cast of Multiplicity, Akatsu would be the 4th copy.
Okay.
So he's like the one who's like you stapling his shoe and like
Yeah, he's
licking it
not-
and calling
he's
it.
not great.
Yeah, he's not great.
He's like Lenny and Squiggy.
No, I really would
I get
not.
it.
I'd rather
I get
not
it. It's
frame
called
it like
painting a
Laverne and
fucking
Shirley.
picture.
Oh God. So he joined them, and they soon realized that not only was he useless, but he was also hungry. And now they were
Well,
forced
fuck
into
this
rationing
guy.
him.
Why are we bringing in a hungry guy? How many bananas do we have?
There's a lot of bananas.
Okay.
Bananas are pretty ubiquitous. So the food situation wasn't easy. It was mainly banana.
Uh-huh.
They would slice them with the skin on and wash them. They would then boil them in coconut milk. It was, quote, not good, but what we ate most of the time.
And now their name is officially the Pasty Shitters, right?
Yeah, for sure. They
Fair.
got jackets.
Totally
everything.
fair. Totally fair.
How you guys feeling? I hate bananas. We all hate bananas.
Send a lot of toilet paper.
Listen, we're not going to talk about how much we hate bananas anymore, okay? We've talked about how much we hate bananas. I'll tell you what's not going to make the bananas taste better is talking about how bad they are.
Yeah,
okay?
can I just say one thing, though? Not a fan of bananas.
Yeah, no, none of us are.
Okay.
We talk about how bad bananas are?
Yeah.
This conversation is ending.
Okay.
This conversation is ending right now.
Can I talk about something else then? Oh, man, the bananas are great. They're really fucking great. I really want more bananas.
See what you're doing.
Hey, can we have more bananas?
Yes, we can.
Because they're fucking great.
Well, that's all we can have. So they would cut them. They would also poach from farmers. So they would steal cows.
So wait, there's fucking farmers cruising around?
Not cruising around. They're like living in the mountains in this jungle, and if they go down at night,
down the valley,
down into like
Get
where the
yourself a
islanders
chicken.
are, there's a lot of farmers. There's rice farmers, and some of the farmers have animals. So they would go down there and they would poach. They would take rice, and then they would also poach cows from the farmers. How they would do it is they would kill the cow, then they would carry the cow up, they would disembowel the cow,
Jesus Christ,
and they would cook the meat for 3 days in a row.
What the fuck is happening
and they
right
would
now?
eat it. Then on day 4,
No, you don't just go on day 4. Who's like, hey, let's go down and kill a cow? Is anybody else like, that's a big fucking animal?
Do you remember the banana debate of 1940, whatever?
Well, they don't
year
have a
this is?
fucking fridge or anything. What are they gonna do with a fucking cow?
I'm telling you, there's a plan. Okay, so they cook the meat for 3 days
How
in
long
a row.
does it take them to get up the hill?
With the cow?
Yeah,
It's a while. It's a bit of a hike.
Okay.
It's not great. So they cut it. They would cut open the cow. They would cook the meat. They would cook and eat the meat for 3 days in a row. They basically do that on a little grill. Then on the 4th day, they would put as much beef in the pot as they could, and they would boil it. And they would keep doing this with the meat that remained every 2 days to keep it from rotting.
what?
So every day they're recooking this meat so
what
that
are
it
you
doesn't rot.
talking about?
Dude, they need their protes,
Who
bro.
came up with this fucking
They need their
idea?
protes. They need
Is this
their
Hero's
protes.
idea?
Yeah.
Reboiling meat?
Well, that's how you keep it.
You don't fucking reboil meat.
Tell you what, this cow did not die in vain. Okay?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think it's weirder to eat it in an In-N-Out burger.
This is fucking diarrhea city at this point.
You're really worried about the bowels. So this would last them 4 months if they ate one piece
cow.
a day. One cow would last
With
them
a side of bananas.
Well, one cow would last one person 4 months,
Okay.
technically. They would also dry some for long-term snacking. Fun. There were also water buffaloes available, but they didn't taste good. Or there was horse meat, which while it was tender had an odor.
That's pretty good though.
So the main
you
dish.
you can ride the horse up the hill and then kill it.
Oh my God, that is actually the move. As a vegetarian.
So wait, you're saying 4 months? How long have they been there?
Oh, at this point they've been there for almost 2 years.
Okay, but the war ended in 2 years ago.
The war ended in 1945, and now they're in 1946.
Okay, that's
So they've been here for a couple of years, hanging out in the mountains. Yeah, eating bananas and cows.
yeah.
Yeah, and good cows, healthy cows. And so they would basically, the main dish was rice, banana with cow meat. By April, at the end of that year, the other men who were in the mountains had surrendered. So there were other like soldiers.
There were other groups.
Yeah, there were other groups and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But this time they'd all surrendered.
They start giving up.
This
To
caused
go home in fucking shame for being alive, cowards.
right. I mean, should have killed yourself.
Yeah.
This caused more leaflets to drop again, urging the 4 remaining men to pack it in.
Because every time a dude rolls in out of the forest, they're like, holy fuck, what is happening up there?
Yeah, and
How are you guys living? And they're like, we just keep boiling cows for 4 months. And they're like, what are you talking about?
basically they are like
and then they tell them, and people are like, well, how was your diarrhea? And they're
Really
like,
bad.
The whole mountain is
really bad.
full of diarrhea.
Oh my God.
It's a bad mountain.
Oh God. So the leaflets had notes telling the men to surrender. Quote, "Nobody is searching for you now but Japanese. Come out.
Nobody cares anymore.
Please come out.
We really don't give a shit.
Seriously.
We're gonna start inventing electronics.
Stop eating nanas and jerky." But Hiroo,
That'd be so great if they were eating old women, nanas.
no, not nanas. Or those cookies. Or both. Nana brought nanas. She's the best.
They're both gone.
Yeah.
Snacks.
Oh no. So Hiroo saw through this leaflet that asked them to surrender. He believed that the surrendered soldiers were being forced to do this by their captors.
Sure.
Hiroo Onada was getting used to their BS. No matter how specific the note, Hiroo saw through it. Notes like, quote, "Lieutenant Onada, we have established contact with the search party. Please come out. We are at point X, combing this whole area. Please come to this point." Were tossed aside as enemy
How
tactics.
do they know the names
Weak
of
ones
these
at
guys?
that. Because they know, well, first of all, the other guys, other groups of people who were up there.
Oh, they come out and they're like, there's Laverne and Shirley up there. There's a Letty and Squiggy. There's a
These guys keep biting their palms when hot stuff happens.
there's a Fonzie.
And we think
There's
they're writing a
whole-
musical about
There's
Chicago.
a whole crew up there.
And the diarrhea is not good.
I gotta tell you something. There's a reason they call that place Diarrhea Mountain.
Why, Dad?
First of all, bananas. But secondly, have you ever eaten 3-month-old cow that you've boiled 94 times?
Yeah, if you've been to McDonald's. But that didn't stop constant leaflet dropping. And maybe it was affecting...
Well, just go up there.
That's... Okay, relax, bro.
Well, they've been dropping leaflets for 9 years.
Because they're basically going like, hey, guys, it's over. Come. You would think... I think they think that these people are going to be like, oh, okay, for sure. It's in Japanese. It's got like specific stuff from generals.
Roll up in a Japanese uniform. You're the fucking commander and go, hey, guys.
You're not in charge of this.
Jesus Christ. What is happening right now?
So it was starting to affect the guys, the leaflets.
It's starting to affect me.
Hiroo, Shimada, Akatsu, and Kazuka were all sort of, at this point, one night over dinner, Akatsu, the bad hungry one, asked, Lieutenant, don't you suppose the war has really ended? He's got to take his hat off for that moment.
Can we?
Lieutenant?
Oh, because he's in charge. But he's like, can we really get fucking serious here right now?
Don't you suppose the war
There's
has really
4
ended?
of us. Do you not have friends? Is that why you don't want to go back? Because you don't have any friends and you want a fucking little crew of guys you can tell what to do?
Hiroo was silent. Fools. Shimada broke the silence. I sort of have that feeling too. I feel like it has.
Shimada.
Shlamil, Shimada. Annoyed at this foolishness, Hiroo said that there was a way to find out. At this point, he was the highest-ranking member. He would go down there and check. Okay. If he came back, then they would know the war was over, which, again, it was. But if he didn't, then they would know it was still going on.
You keep saying that like it is, but we don't know for sure it is.
No, for sure is. For sure is.
We don't know that for certain.
Yeah. So as he got ready, he grabbed 2 grenades, and that was all he's taking. But that was when Kazuka stood up. He said that Hiroo didn't need to do that. Not over what were clearly fake leaflets. This made the other 2 men back down and agree that they were wrong and that the quad should stay up there and stay the course.
I mean, this is a group of fucking idiots.
Geniuses.
Rude. They're idiots.
Rude. So they would all share one tent, and they moved around a lot so that the enemy wouldn't be able to trap them.
How does this story get worse every time you tell a detail?
Rainy season was hard because it lasted from July until October.
What the fuck?
So that's a lot of the time. That's a good amount of the time.
God. And they don't have new clothes, so they smell.
Oh, yeah.
And I imagine their clothes just start falling
They
off.
ran up there. They just ran up there with guns.
They didn't grab anything.
That's all they had. A couple of grenades.
Guns.
And that was it. They ran up there.
Their clothes have got to be in tatters at this point.
Yeah. So the less they saw of the American soldiers, the more they saw of the Lubang Islanders. If they saw Islanders, they would shoot gun in the air to scare them off.
Sure, I do that.
If they were spotted, they would shoot to kill and run away and change locations.
By the way, still a tradition today if you visit there.
A fun tradition.
Yeah, you can shoot at the
Only one
Islanders.
sign, though.
Yeah.
Seems foolish in retrospect.
It's fine.
The amount of dead. In 1949, 4 years after the war had ended, Akatsu had tried to escape 3 times from the group to surrender unsuccessly.
Why don't you just kill yourself, though?
Well, I mean, I think at this point, because they're not going to be captured. It's if he goes down there and the war is actually over, it'll be okay. Like that's what the leaflets are saying. Like if you come down, it's cool. They're not like misleading them. So you don't have to kill yourself.
Yeah.
The honorable suicide thing comes into play. Like if you are going to be captured, a dead person is better than a jailed person.
First of all, you don't tell me.
I will tell you anything. I'll tell you.
Suicide
I will tell you what honorable suicide is. Never talk to me like that again. Hiroo knew that if Akatsu actually did get away, he would tell the enemy in the war what they. Hiroo knew he would tell the enemy in the war that he believed that was still happening. Everything he knew. This is if Akatsu gets away.
Right. He's gonna
but
snitch.
that was better than having him around. He was that annoying.
Oh yeah.
So Akatsu ended up splitting. From the group.
Yeah.
And he ended up spending 6 months lost in the jungle alone after he left. Now, this is a guy who was not ready for this.
How did he not get down to the fucking village or the
It's
people?
high. These are high. These are like, these are tall mountains.
So how'd they get the fucking cows up there?
They're look, these are guys who are fighting for survival. And they truly are like machines. Like the Akatsu isn't. The other 3 guys are, especially 2 of the guys.
Fuck Akatsu. So Akatsu wanders off.
So he's lost for 6 months. They eventually find him. And after
Just full of bananas.
so
full of bananas.
But so this guy couldn't survive with the 4. He was annoying. So by himself, probably not a good run.
Yeah.
After he was found, he made contact via a note for the 3 men near a campsite that read, quote, "When I surrendered, the Philippine troops greeted me as a friend," end quote. It was indeed in his handwriting. So this was when this was followed by more aerial activity looking for the men. But Hiroo didn't buy it.
No.
Akatsu was a prisoner being forced to do this,
That's right.
thought. They
That's
moved
right.
camp.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, he's right, for sure.
Yeah.
Even though the war ended 4 years ago.
No, it didn't.
Okay. The next day, a new tactic was used when they began hearing messages blasted over loudspeakers that said in Japanese, "Yesterday, we dropped leaflets from an airplane. You have 3 days, that is 72 hours, in which to surrender. In the event that you do not surrender in that time, we will probably have no alternative but to send a task force after you."
Well, fucking bring it, because I'm up here. I got fucking cows and bananas, and I can go all fucking year.
So every part of the loudspeaker did seem legit, but Hiroo thought that the use of 72 hours was odd.
Jesus Christ!
It sounded like a translation to him.
So was he always a paranoid lunatic?
No, I don't think. I think they instilled this in the army. I think they really did. I think they were in the army. They were like, "You
no
need
matter
to,
what,
yes, to mislead, and they're going to do the same." What something to that effect.
So they basically trained lunatics to go in the mountains.
Well, they weren't supposed to go in the mountains, but we have trained lunatics in the mountains now. Okay. So he thought it sounded like a translation. That was not how a Japanese person would have phrased that.
Right.
He said he was impressed by the accent, though. Whoever did it had done their homework. But if anything to Hiroo, this was evidence that the war was indeed still going on.
It was a little bit like reading an American sushi menu, if I'm being honest.
It seemed desperate to him.
Yeah.
Shimada and Kazuka agreed. Hiroo was still hung up on the idea that if the war had ended, someone would have been sent to discharge them.
Thank you.
Beyond that, Japan would never surrender. The mission was too important. Nothing could change that. Japan wouldn't surrender until everyone was dead. He really believed that. Well, sure enough, after 72 hours, there was a surge of Philippine search parties looking for the men.
All right.
They would rotate between hiding and shooting to scare them to what and obviously they thought these search parties were also fake. They also had an advantage of living in the mountains for years, and at this point knew the mountains better than even the islanders.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
It's their fucking island now. At this point, I think the islanders should leave.
They got cows up there, bro.
Anybody who can carry a cow to the top of a mountain owns the mountain.
This is like when a party, like a group of cool people go to do cocaine. Are you in the cocaine room or are you in the lame-ass party room?
Why are they the cool people, though?
Sorry, what did I say? Cool people?
Yeah, it seems like the lame people.
Lame people. Let's move on. In February of 1952, 7 years after the war had ended, February 1952, 7 wars, a Philippine Air Force plane flew above them and shouted their names over a loudspeaker while dropping leaflets.
Their own names, full name.
Full name.
I mean, at some point you got to be like, man, this war is super focused.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's just a really
There's
focused war.
There's a lot of money going towards us.
Yeah, they're really into us.
I think we're important kills in this.
Maybe, perhaps. I'm gonna just throw this out, guys. Maybe this war is actually about bananas and cows, and maybe we're fucking winning. Did you ever think about that?
We got to eat more bananas.
And cow.
So there were a few different leaflets that were dropped on that day. This is when the loudspeaker is shouting their names on repeat. One of them appeared to be a letter from Hiroo's brother, Toshio. In it, he said that the war had ended and that the family missed him and that he could leave. Kazuka and Shimada also had letters from their families.
I assume these letters are a little more detailed than what you're saying.
Well, there's a lot of them, but no, essentially it's like his brother's. I mean, essentially it's
But it's like you have.
It's me, your brother.
Your favorite toy was this when you were a kid. Blah blah blah.
It's not that specific. I don't think.
Our mom was pretty hot. I know that's a weird thing to say in a letter right now. But
oh my god! I hope they don't only give me one piece. Shit! I just talked to him. I can only use this one. All right, look, mom was kind of hot.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can leave. Don't you miss us?
How hot do you think mom was, though?
Check a box. Come back. We got to talk about mom.
All right.
Dibs.
Been up here a long time, man.
So Hiroo studied his, and he shook his head, and he said that the Yankees had really outdone themselves this time.
It's off, isn't it?
The other men, who had been up there long enough listening to Hiroo, also found issues. They scrutinized everything, and Hiroo took real issue with Shimada's family pick the most. The letter had called the picture ones of their, quote, immediate family. But in the pic, there was a relative who was not immediate family.
What the fuck?
But just family.
Well, who's this guy?
It's like an uncle or something.
It's just some fucking random.
And that was it. The whole thing was called BS.
Yeah, of course.
More fake news.
Because they put a fucking fake guy in a family.
Not
What
a
kind of
fake
fucking
guy.
shenanigans are they up to?
Oh, boy.
I know who my family is. That guy's not my family. Give me more boiled cow.
Sir, it's only banana time.
What?
We're out of cow.
I thought this was cow day.
We couldn't find a cow, so we're gonna have to do banana.
Hey, listen.
Banana.
Listen,
one
listen,
more day.
listen.
Banana.
Listen.
Banana.
Listen.
A banana.
I can't do banana.
No. Listen. Here's what we're gonna do, okay? We're gonna do what we did a couple weeks ago. Remember we said it was good when we pretended we were eating chicken and it was the banana?
Okay.
We're gonna do that again. So let's make the chicken noises and let's just eat the banana.
Okay, so it's
Banana.
7 years.
Banana. So then about a month later, more loudspeaker announcements.
A month later.
Yeah.
They were a month later. They're like, these guys are they're not buying the family shit. I knew he should have put that fake Uncle Jesse in there.
It's because Toshio wrote that thing about his mother.
She's pretty hot though.
She is hot. So when they take a look at the setup, they found a Japanese newspaper had been left for them. It was the first newspaper that they had seen in 7 years.
Nobody
that
thought
they
to
had been
fucking
there.
do this right off the bat. Now it's suspicious.
In there was an article about Lieutenant Colonel Nobuhiko Jimbo. Sounds a little weird. Who had negotiated peace between the nations and helped end the war. That
on.
article was circled in red. The men studied it. They looked to Hiroo, who called the newspaper real, but he called the article candied poison.
Boom.
It looked good, but was deadly.
Thank
So
you.
real paper, fake article.
Thank you.
Nice try.
I didn't want to say it, but that's
Fake news.
That is fucking clear.
Fake news.
Clearly fake news.
Fake news. In 1953, Shimada was shot in the leg while trying to scare some fishermen. We've all been there.
Well, Jesus
We've all
Christ!
been
Why
there.
is he scaring fishermen?
You're trying to get people-
But now what war are we fucking fighting? Are we just scaring random fishermen?
Well, I think it's in. First of all, he might have just been like out walking around, like.
He probably doesn't look very good.
Yeah, no. At this point, they look like they're like
Yeah,
the
they look
missing
like
link.
sh- yeah,
They're
they
not
look
looking
like
good.
shit,
Yeah. So he got shot in the leg, and immediately they got him back, and Hiroo made a tourniquet, and they got him out.
Oh.
The wound
Yeah.
was bad though, and
Cut that
since
leg
they had
off.
no medicine, Hiroo had to make a splint for his leg. Hiroo would then suck the blood out from around the wound and cover it with cow fat every day. This went on for 40 days.
Hey, just so everybody knows, go ahead and kill me.
Yeah.
Go ahead and wrap it up. I'm good. I'm good with that.
That's when you are like, give me
Yeah,
a banana
yeah.
to take
No,
away the
just-
taste of
why don't you
Shimada.
cram a banana in my eye. Just do something bad right now. Because
just
if I'm ever in a mountain for 7 years and then I get shot and you start putting calf fat on me, fuck it. It's not working out.
How about when your
It's not working
bro is
out.
down there giving you like woundalingus?
That part I like.
Okay, interesting. Now, somehow Shimada turned out he was going to be okay. However, that was physically. Something had changed in him.
Yeah, I got shot by the
talked-
fisherman.
He talked about his family more. He pondered if his grandfather was dead or if his eldest daughter was dating.
This is
He
depression.
also, when he left, his wife was pregnant, so he's like, was it a boy or girl? Shimada was fixated on the leaflets as well. He would talk to himself a lot and reply with a, oh, nothing, when asked what he had said.
Yeah. That's
So-
just a dude fucking kicking it in a banana forest. That's classic stuff.
So he'd say, oh, nothing, when they were like, what was going on? He's like, nothing. So then one day, Hiroo snuck up behind him to hear what he was saying. And when he
He
snuck
snuck up on
well,
him.
just to hear him.
He snuck up on a guy to hear him talking to himself.
He
That's
was
where
curious.
we're
So-
at now.
So he sneaks, and the guy, and Shimada's looking at a picture of his family, and he's muttering, 10 years. 10 whole years. And it had been 10 years.
That's a long fucking time.
On May 7th, 1954, Shimada was in some shade close to their tent when an Islander man was making some noise.
Kill him.
Hiroo spotted and fired 2 shots at him.
Yeah.
The man screamed and retreated, but Shimada stood up with his gun pointing to nowhere in particular. He was spooked. Hiroo and Kazuka could only watch in horror when suddenly a bullet shot Shimada in the head. He was dead instantly.
Is he okay?
He's dead. No, he got shot in the head dead instantly.
Is he okay though?
He's not going to make it. What if Hiroo runs over and starts sucking on it? Get the cow fat! Get the cow fat! But the truth is, had he gone home, it probably wouldn't have been great either because his wife had already married his younger brother.
Oh fuck! Now,
So-
what's her fucking problem?
She was sick of this guy.
So don't marry the brother. Jesus fucking Christ!
He looks like him. It's good stuff. It's like when you replace a cat with a cat. You know, it looks like the other cat.
Holy shit! That's not what.
Or
it's
like when you're the president and you replace your
That means she was always into the brother. Let's be fucking honest. Before he went off to
a
war,
younger, hotter
there's
version
no
of Shimada.
way-
Gimme.
There's no way she wasn't fucking him
Gimme.
during the fucking war or before
Yeah,
the
for
fucking
sure.
war.
No, not before. I don't think that's fair.
Bullshit.
I think when your husband is
You
gone
already
for
got-
3-4
you
years.
don't fuck his brother.
Well, you don't hear anything. Your brother's there. He's comforting you. You know, it gets late. All of a sudden, you know, the the restrictions that were put on you before aren't there because you needed someone to console you. And here you are, just the two kids in the night wondering what's going on, and someone brings out some wine. Well, you have a little bit of that, and next thing you know, it's later than it should be. You should go home. But it's cold, and you don't want to. And he doesn't want you to either. That's when someone comes up and a back massage turns into a sweet little neck kiss. And you know where a neck kiss goes. Right to the bedroom. Well, after that, you've already sinned. What's the point of not having another morning sin? Well, then you can't get them out of your goddamn head. Weeks go by. Massages. Sex. It's nonstop. But you shouldn't. But you have to. You should.
Should I be
And
here?
I'll tell you what... Huh? Oh,
Should I be
sorry.
here? Should I go?
Sorry. No. Stay. I mean, go. Go and then come back in like 10 minutes.
I hope they fuck, and I hope every night they fucking wake up and they smell bananas and they don't know what's happening.
Well,
and you know what's happening? That's the fucking ghost of Shimada.
No, that's unfair. So then there's two, Hiroo and Kazuka. Now, the death of Shimada
Wait
was
a minute.
reported...
I thought there were...
No,
what happened to the third guy?
Remember, Akatsu went off and got
Oh,
lost in the
that's
jungle
right.
for 6 months alone.
But then he came back.
He didn't come back.
He left a note.
He left
that
a
said,
note in one of
yeah,
their camp
and he
areas.
was like, "Hey guys, it's pretty cool.
Hey
down
guys,
here."
it's all good.
Yeah. So he, yeah. Okay,
So the death of Shimada was reported and caused the people of Japan to protest, wanting the other two soldiers back.
Yeah.
So now, like, people know that that Hiroo and Kazuka are alive.
It's 55, and people are like, "We got a couple of bros up there in the mountains."
So this results.
Second of all, we're losing a lot of cows.
that's true too. PETA was like, we also have a protest.
So was an Islander guy. It was some Filipino towns guy who shot.
And these attacks are like happening, fairly regularly. But the Shimada one, there's confirmation that there are two other guys. That it's Hiroo and
I assume the Filipino villagers or whatever are not enjoying the fact that there's some crazy Japanese guys living up in the mountains.
Yeah,
because they're also taking their food and stuff.
They're taking their food and they're
Scaring them while
shooting,
they're
and
fishing.
they still think an active war is going on. And every Islander, they would call them the Lubang Islanders, every one of them, they would just assume was an enemy. So if they ran off, they weren't an enemy. But if they were shooting back, then it was viewed as, a threat, and that was enough to shoot at.
I still do that. If I go on wherever I go on vacation as an American, I view
You're allowed to.
I view anybody.
How long until we start looking for that?
Anywhere.
International gun permits.
As an enemy.
We want international gun permits.
So if you have a hotel, you're my enemy. Even though I'm staying there, the bartender's an enemy. The bell boys enemy.
The bell boys.
The guys who
What
carry
year?
the luggage.
What? It's time to.
The flight women.
The what? No, good Lord. All right, we're moving on. So after this sort of results in a national movement in Japan to go get these guys. And the result of that was that what they did instead was they went and collected bones of dead soldiers from World War II.
Wait,
and
what?
You guessed it, more leaflets.
Wait, what? What do you mean they went
like,
on a
people-
bone hunt?
people are
So at
basically
the end
like-
of this, they go on a bone hunt?
Yeah, it's fun.
What the fuck?
It's fun.
Come on,
It's like
Japan, get your shit together.
So within 10 days, an Air Force plane dropped leaflets saying, Hiroo, Kazuka, the war has ended. And then there was more search parties. And the search party could not find them because they were so good at covering their tracks.
Yeah.
One day, on a walk, Hiroo spotted a Japanese flag that had the names of his family members on it.
It's a fucking warning as far as I'm concerned.
Hiroo decided this was a fake. The biggest tell was that his brother's wife's signature, and her name was spelled Yasue, looked like the E was left out. But Hiroo didn't think this was a fake message from the Americans. He thought this was a message from Japan to him through the Americans. Sure, the Americans dropped it, but that was Japanese trickery. With all these leaflets that came from America, the Japanese were probably worried that Hiroo may give in. So they probably gave the U.S. the flag to drop it, saying it will help them get him to give up. But they used the subtle misspelling in the signature as a way to signal that a counterattack would happen. Hiroo told Kazuka his theory, and Kazuka obviously totally agreed.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes total sense.
It's easy to explain.
At this point, none of this doesn't not make sense.
It makes
it's all
sense.
coming together.
So they believe that the Japanese counterattack is days away.
Fuck yes.
They did enjoy the leaflets, though, because it was good to see their families, but
yeah.
sometimes the work of the Americans was so sloppy. For instance, one leaflet had a picture of Kazuka's family standing in front of a house that wasn't theirs. Quote, "How do you expect me to believe this?" Kazuka asked.
Jesus.
"Why would my family be standing in front of a new house that doesn't belong to us?"
Holy shit. This is it's
Exactly.
Like so the fucking propaganda here is so sloppy.
It's deep.
You get
And
first
it's
of all,
deep.
they're coming up with the wrong people that don't even belong in the family. Now it's fake fucking houses.
Fake news.
This is a fucking shit show.
The leaflets were also printed on cheap paper, which meant to the pair that they were probably being dropped en masse, which in turn meant the Japanese had armies all over the Philippines. So they think that like very specific leaflets are being dropped in specific areas, I guess.
That all makes sense.
Years went by and routines solidified.
Now, when you say years,
I mean, we're at about, we're somewhere in, we're about 10 to 12 years now. It's about 12 years now. Okay. So, yeah, years went by.
wouldn't you just go talk to someone?
They had a few places.
Like, wouldn't you just roll into the village and be like, "Hey, man, can I ask you a question, bro?"
No. When they go to the village, they were like, we're going to take hostages if we need to. So they had a few places where they would settle. They made huts and they would break them down to stash the pieces so they could rebuild them when they returned.
Yeah, yeah.
For safety, they moved around a lot and never stayed in a spot more than 3 nights when it wasn't raining. During the rainy season, they made a bamboo hut and they stayed inside it for longer stretches, and it was lined with coconut leaves.
Oh.
Inside of it, they made a rock stove to cook. And that looked...
My dad and I made a rock stove during Vietnam when we were trapped on an island. Does your picture not work?
Yeah, it works. So there's a rock stove. So these are actually Hiroo's drawings. So they would do stuff like
That's
this.
a pretty good rock stove.
Yeah, and a good drawing of it. But yeah, they would make stuff like that.
So they're cooking up. They're basically having a good time as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's a great place to
Right
cook
there,
up all your
it
bananas.
said right underneath the stove, it said, "We shot a cow."
We shot a cow. Yeah, and they're bragging.
Yeah, yeah.
The conditions were brutal. There were
Yep.
5 types of ants on the mountain that had stingers. The stings would swell up immediately. Hiroo called the island one big ant hill. Once Hiroo got stung on his eardrum, and he couldn't hear out of his ear for a week.
Okay, so let me just say this right now. I'm out. I'm out after 2 days. I'm out.
For
I was
sure.
out. I was out a
For
long time
sure.
ago. You never brought up ants. How do you not fucking start with ants?
It was
by the way,
There's
there
more.
are ants. Like that's how you tell a story.
It wasn't uncommon to be attacked by a swarm of bees
Fuck.
or to find a centipede or a scorpion where you
What?
slept. Rats were around 9 inches long,
This is the devil's dominion.
and the snakes were as wide as a thigh.
Jesus, what the fuck is happening?
Laundry was hard because clothes would not only get
Laundry
dirty,
was hard.
but literally rot. Like you were talking about. The trousers would rot in the knees, the seat, the bottoms, and the crotch, which I think is everywhere. So they would make a needle out of wire, and they would use some thread from the tent and a piece of canvas from the tent to patch up their clothes. But there was no soap, so sometimes they would just boil their clothes.
What in the fuck?
They're good. And
Back
they eat
to
the clothes soup.
fucking ants. I don't care about the clothes.
Yeah, he got stuck in the eardrum, couldn't hear for a week.
There are fucking ants all over the
Everywhere.
place stinging you?
Everywhere.
Why? Just kill yourself or
No.
surrender.
No.
Dude.
It's not honorable.
Ants.
Now, they certainly kept up their guerrilla tactics. They would carry out what they called beacon fire raids, where they would leave the jungle mountains to burn rice fields of the farmers every October.
Fuck them.
Since that was the beginning of the dry season, it was exceptionally problematic.
Yes.
So while carrying out the raids, they would sometimes steal canned goods, coffee, cigarettes. Sometimes they would also try to collect intelligence from the islanders.
Fuck yeah.
This would sometimes result in direct conflict, which they would handle with guns, threatening the lives of not only the farmers, but the farmers' families. They killed when they felt that they were threatened and that they had to, and they felt no guilt because, to them, this was war. Water was easy because all of the streams were there, but they always boiled the water because there was always some animal pissing in it upstream.
Classic fucking Philippines.
Every night, Hiroo took notes on the day's events and sightings, thinking it would be helpful for the Japanese counterattack. They would cut each other's hair with makeshift scissors on the 28th of every month. Hair pals. They would keep an eye on their urine to see if they needed more rest or were dehydrated or okay.
So
Be friends.
But we do that when we're on tour.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They would examine each other's stool to see how their health was. Stool buzz.
It's up. I mean, there are limits of friendship. You know what I mean? Like there's a place in a friendship where you go, why we don't have to do
He
that.
gets very specific as to what you want to see.
I don't want to. I'm not. No matter what happens between us, I'm never going to look at your shit and be like, you're all right.
Wait, the tour's not over yet.
That was my
in the
last podcast.
In the spring of 1958, almost 13 years after the war had ended, a large search party was
Jesus
formed
Christ.
with more of their families and a small army.
Now his family's coming out.
They went all over the mountains and simply kept repeating on a loudspeaker, "Lieutenant Onada, Private First Class Kazuka, we have come from Japan to look for you. Please talk with us and come back to Japan with us." They played the Japanese national anthem and Japanese folk songs. They went all over the island. Cute. The Americans seem to be starting another one of their fake rescue operations,
Yeah.
Hiroo said. Kazuka agreed. What a nuisance. Let's move somewhere where it's quiet.
I mean, they've got to be having somewhat of a good time.
Well, the truth is the bond between these two was the strongest
They've
of all
got
of
a
them.
friendship going on.
They were brothers.
A couple of bros. They probably had to make each other laugh and stuff. I mean, sure, you've heard Hiro's same joke a lot. But
I don't think they were even making each other laugh, but their lives were literally like, we should go over there and try to forge. And you'd be like, yeah, forging over there would be good.
Yeah.
And I was like, every day.
Yeah, but don't you ever want just a really simple, basic life?
Yeah, but I would love to have variety.
I mean, without ants.
Without ants, yeah. See, remember the ants?
But there's a piece to the simplicity of their life.
I don't know how peaceful.
We're talking about a life without Twitter.
Yeah, but I think you could. I think there's a middle ground, and it doesn't have ants in it. So after a while, they snuck out to get another peek of what the search party was doing. And to Hiro's surprise, he heard his brother Toshio over the loudspeaker.
I can't believe they have him as prisoner.
He said, he said, Hiro, come out. This is your brother, Toshio. This is our last day here. Please come out where we can see you. Hiro was curious. It, after all, was his brother's voice, but he was sure it was a recording of some kind. So he snuck closer to get a look. He couldn't get close enough to see the man's face, but he was sure that it was the build of his brother, and the voice was identical. That's really something, he said. They found a prisoner who looks at a distance like my brother, and he's learned to imitate my brother's voice perfectly.
Jesus Christ. I mean, the weird thing is that the war is now all about him. That's how fucking important.
That's ego.
That's how important
That's
the
ego.
work he's doing is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how important.
Well, his mission is to eat all the bananas and lose his
Yeah,
hearing.
that's
and
right.
he's close to completing it. Mission is almost accomplished.
And to get as much ant venom in you as possible.
So that his brother sang Hiro's Tokyo High School alma mater, and towards the end, his
What?
voice began to crack and get emotional and go off tune. Hiro laughed to himself. He knew this hack would show his true colors.
Yes.
So the search party left behind a stack of newspapers and magazines, like 2 feet tall.
Like Playboy?
No,
Is Penthouse out yet? No, probably
No,
not.
no, and even then, I don't think
50s, but
would
gotta
have been
be
his thing.
No Playboy. But so there's got to be like
I'll
in
save you
MASH,
some
like
time.
the nude women playing tennis and stuff.
No.
This is jerk off stuff, right?
No, again, I'm being really clear. I've
like
said no
forest
like
porn.
8 times underneath you.
Why would you leave anything in the forest that wasn't nude for guys to jerk off
Well, this
to?
is actually, this evolves into forest porn, surely.
Fuck yeah.
Clearly they were fake because on the papers, a lot of them talked about life in Japan after the war. And again, there was no way the war was over. No. If the war was over, there wouldn't even be papers.
Thank you.
So one of the ads in the paper was for a book called General Yamashita, The Man. The ad read, quote, "Why was it that Yamashita, who was considered the greatest Japanese general, did not succeed in the war? Here is the life story of the fiery militarist, a story that might be entitled The Tragic General."
Jesus.
When Hiroo and Kazuka saw that, they laughed. Yamashita was the best general ever. Boy, the Americans must be very afraid of him to go that far with a fake ad, they thought.
This is really shitty writing.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's fucking bad.
So this game goes on for a while. Search parties, begging for them to come out. Hiroo and Kazuka scoffing, laying low. They almost welcomed the rainy season because they'd be left alone.
Thank you.
And that basically happened.
and banana season.
And banana, which is year-round. And banana hammock season is summer months. That basically happened because in 1959, they were finally declared dead.
Ha!
So they're officially declared
Take that,
dead
motherfuckers.
by the Japanese government.
They're like, okay, fuck it.
Yeah,
fuck
we're
these
done.
guys.
Yeah.
Fuck these.
Yeah.
Here's the headline. Can you print this up? Fuck those guys.
Hold on. F-U.
Fuck
Fuck.
those
No T-A.
guys.
Guys.
Okay, and then just the story will be they're fucking dead. Fuck them.
fucking dead.
We don't give a shit.
We do not
Fuck
give a
them. They're
shit.
not our
Fuck
fucking
them.
problem.
Not our problem.
How much fucking paper have we wasted?
paper have we wasted?
How much
Question
paper have
mark.
we wasted?
How much paper have we wasted?
Someone tell
Question
me.
mark, exclamation
Can
point.
anybody tell me how much
Someone
paper?
tell me.
It's a lot of fucking
Gestures to
paper.
room. It's a lot of fucking paper. Gestures to himself.
They're dead.
Size.
They're dead to me. They're dead to you.
They're dead. They're dead to you. Okay. Great. We'll run that tonight, sir. So, knowing it wasn't true, like the Islanders knew obviously they were still alive because they had been killing them.
Yeah.
Which is a dead giveaway.
That's a super bad.
It's a tell. And knowing it wasn't true, this made the Japanese public call for their finding more than ever. Signs went around Japan.
Oh my God! It's a Streisand
followed by
effect.
protests and petitions.
Jesus.
But it was all ignored by the Japanese government.
Because they're dead.
6 years later, on New Year's Eve, 1965.
What do you mean 6 years?
20 years after the war.
1965?
After the war had ended. 20 years after
This
the
guy's
war had
like
ended.
45 now?
They got a big score. It's close. They got a big score when they stole the radio.
Oh, no, they're 40 because they went in when they were 20.
He's a little older. I think, yeah. I think after the training, he's a little older. So they got a score, though. After 20 years, dude, they got a prize. Would you relax? They got a Toshiba 8 transistor radio.
Oh,
Boom.
they went into the village and they got a fucking radio?
Yeah, like they would do like little, when a farmer would leave or something,
Yeah.
they'd maybe sneak into a pad. Again,
Yeah.
they'd take some cigarettes, some
So
coffee.
they've got a battery, they got a radio, they're up
They
in
got
the
a bunch of
mountains.
batteries they stole.
All right.
And it was New Year's Eve, so they went back up and they listened to the New Year's show from Japan.
Yeah.
Now, the radio gave the men their first world update since the fake news of 1959 that they received. However, they had to play it low. They did not want to believe anything they heard as far as the military or the war. So anything they heard about military or the war, they're like, anything that pertained to that they believed to be something that the Americans had edited. So any mentioning of the war was BS. Kazuka looked at Hiroo and said, when you think about it, the Americans are really good at this, aren't they? Yes, Hiroo said. They had to take out anything they don't want us to hear and rebroadcast it in almost no time. I take my hat off to them. It must be very tricky work. By 1968, 23 years after the war had ended, Hiroo and Kazuka weren't getting along famously anymore.
I mean, at some point, just being with another dude in the mountains with apple.
And rotting clothes.
Bananas and rotting clothes and ants and snakes.
And, you look at each other's stool every day.
It's going to be hard on a relationship.
Can I see your stool? I don't want to show it to you.
I don't want to
again.
look at your stool today.
Oh,
look at
come
my
on.
stool. How do I know if I'm okay? How do I know if I'm okay if you won't look at my shit?
None of us are doctors. So they would have petty arguments, and that sometimes ended in rock fights.
But that's like classic, dude.
Yeah, rock fights for sure. On October 18th, 1972, 27 years after the war had ended, they went out for their annual beacon fire raids. This year was a little different because the rainy season had gone longer than usual. So by the time they got to the farms, that month's harvest was near done, which left them fewer options as to when they could light the fires. They decided that they would go after the farmers the next day. So the following afternoon, they come down, they shoot their guns in the air, the farmers scatter, as they're ought to do, and then Kazuka lights a fire. They're lighting the rice on fire. Hiroo stole some left-behind coffee and some cigarettes, and they're close to getting away when one more rice pile is just calling Kazuka's name.
Sure.
So he runs back to light it, but that's when the cops arrive.
Fuck.
So then gunshots ring out, and the two of them dive down into different areas and start hiding. But Hiroo was able to...
Is everything on fire and they're hiding in the fields that's on fire?
No, they kind of ran up into the mountains a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the coverage gets better the further up you go, but they're starting to get in there, so they're trying to get into the shrubs. And Kazuka had been hit in the shoulder.
Fuck.
So Hiroo shoots at the men, trying to buy them a minute, but then Kazuka was hit again, but this time in the chest. He fell, blood was coming out of his mouth, and Hiroo watched his eyes whiten. He was gone. Dead. Hiroo ran off, vowing revenge.
Fuck yeah, he's going to get fucking revenge.
So now Hiroo had been spotted.
So even if the war is over, guess what?
Yeah.
It's back on.
Yeah, sort of. That's kind of what's happening. In a
Yeah,
way.
well, now it's...
Or a new war.
Now it's fucking
Like,
Rambo, isn't
yeah,
it?
like sort of.
How
Yeah,
about,
yeah, it is Rambo.
how about we call this World War III now?
It's still, well, let's
Yeah,
call it,
it's
let's
back
call
on.
it point, let's call it 2.1.
All right, back on. Let's say
2.1,
World
'cause it's
War
kind of a
II. Let's say
baby.
World War II back on.
Let's pitch after. So Hiroo had been spotted, which ended the debate in Japan over whether he was alive or dead. So the outcry swells, and this makes his legend grow. And ideas on how to get him out range from having the emperor record a message saying that the war was over to him, to having a fake army of Japanese soldiers return to make him think to come back. So that's what you were saying.
Well, this is what they did to me is after Vietnam, I stayed in the YMCA for a good 23 years, and they eventually had...
They're like, hey, it's us
They
again.
eventually had the emperor.
old gang.
No, the emperor came
Oh, the
down,
emperor came.
and
Of
he
the
told
Y?
them- yeah.
You have to leave. These are rented rooms.
And I was like, no, man. You can...
Boy, it smells like banana in here.
Is this not a Christian organization?
I think that's my question for you, sir. It's a lot of stool.
I've been growing bananas.
Oh, my God.
In
This is
here?
like The Martian.
Second question. Am I okay?
No, get out.
Can you check my stool?
Absolutely not. And I saw some. It's not good. But in the end, they landed with this plan. Search parties and leaflets.
Good, because that has worked so far. If
Onada-san.
anything is going to get out of this, it's fucking shit written on paper.
Onada-san, wherever you are, come out. We can guarantee your safety. Or, we had a report that you had shown up here, and we think you are somewhere where you can hear this speaker. Onada-san, if you don't believe we are Japanese, load up your infantry rifle before you come out. Blast it on loudspeaker.
Dude, the Rockford files are almost on.
Hiroo laughed at them.
We're about to get into Hawaii 5-0.
He wasn't going to fall for this. So they called off the search party, but they again left newspapers and magazines behind. And this time there was a full-page story on Kazuka. Hiroo wanted to believe them, but they made it so hard because in the paper they said that Kazuka had a 5-cent and a 10-cent piece in his pocket. But Hiroo knew that he had it in his waistband, not in his pocket. So sadly,
Well, dude, it's
he's trying to buy it.
It's the little things.
It's the subtleties.
But
It's
now
the
clearly
subtleties.
that is a clear message
That is obviously a message, from his family.
from his family. Also the
Or whoever.
Also
Or-
the spiders and the ants.
The spiders, who knows? It's
The
a message
snake.
from someone.
Yeah.
Might be God. So there's this one person who's fascinated. Everybody's fascinated by this story, but there's one guy named Norio Suzuki. He's a college dropout who was well-traveled, and he was prone to taking trips around the world. And for his next trip, he said he wanted to see, quote, Lieutenant Onada, a panda, and the abominable snowman in that order.
Fuck yes.
That order.
We finally have a fucking hero who's going to track down Hiroo.
And his name's not Hiroo. Yeah, okay, well done. By February 1973, 28 years after the war had ended, the loudspeaker and leaflet campaign continued. This time involving people Hiroo went to middle school with, pleading for him to come back. Hiroo felt sorry
And
for
they're all like
all
50.
theyese people who didn't know they were being taken advantage of.
Right? Everyone is getting fucking
Good to see the gang,
suckered.
though.
Yeah.
I hope they wore their uniforms.
Yeah.
That'd be weird. Weird call. And we want you guys to wear your uniforms. Still, sorry, guys. It's my hand
trust
is
us. Trust
it's a no
us on
from the
this.
network.
Justice on this.
Network wants you to wear them.
It'd been so weird if there were a bunch of Japanese guys there doing a World War II reenactment.
Oh, God. And he's like, finally.
Here we go.
Go time to
Here we
skilly.
go.
So it seemed like his huts and his little campsites were also known as well because friends left a signed school uniform in one. His brother left a note in one. But the saddest one of all was a poem from his father that he left in one of the huts that read simply, quote, not even an echo, responds to my call in the summery mountains.
Jesus, Dad drops a hammer.
That's not dead.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
he comes with a fucking echo haiku.
Yeah.
Brutal.
So
Dad
now-
knows how to fucking get you in the gut, man, every time.
So now they're even leaving magazines and newspapers like in the huts where they know he's staying. So it's like he has a subscription. So he actually replies to his father's note, says he's okay, and then vows he's never going to go back to that area again. So February 19th, 1974, he notices this mosquito net at a camp, and Hiroo had no choice but to attack. So he turns the safety off of his gun, and he approaches a man by the river. He called out to him, and the man is totally freaked out for whatever reason, not sure why. The man was none other than Norio Suzuki. And
Is
he could
he
only
still cutting his hair on the 28th?
at this point, I don't know. I mean, now that
Because I don't know. I feel like there's certain rituals that I'm letting go once my bro's dead.
his hair, his hair's still,
He's still keeping it
he
tight?
still keeps tight for sure.
Still keeping it tight.
Yeah,
all right.
absolutely. So he calls to this guy.
And,
this
he's stealing clothes from the village, right? So he's
also
in
stealing-
clothes,
yeah.
and he's dressed
ish.
ish.
He's
Yeah,
like-
I
yeah.
mean, as far as you can. Like he doesn't look that crazy.
He's
he shaving?
He's not, he is shaving, yes. But he is also not like he's not wearing whatever clothes. He's still in his army uniform. Like so, he's just repairing his uniform.
Oh,
So he's using clothes that he takes. He's using that like
So
fabric.
he looks like an AIDS quilt.
So he is very much sure. Yeah, he's very
Okay.
much. He's got that vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks like something you'd see at the Goodwill and be like, no way.
No,
absolutely not.
It's like when in the 70s when they just had a clothes made out of a bunch of different patches. What
Yeah.
about all this shit?
Hey, we're getting on the bus.
Yeah.
So he calls out to him. The guy's freaked out, and all he could say was, I'm Japanese, and he's shaking. So Hiroo wasn't sure what to make of him. I'm a tourist, he said.
Does this guy have a panda with him or an
No,
abominable snowman?
no. The order is he's going to find him, then the panda. Then, by the way, panda. Start with panda.
I start with panda.
For sure.
Yeah.
So he said, he couldn't believe it. He said, are you Onada's son? And Hiroo admitted that he was. Suzuki couldn't believe it. He said, I know you've had a long, hard time, but the war's over. Won't you come back to Japan with me? The emperor and the people of Japan are worried about you. Hiroo told him that, quote, the war is not over for me. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
If you want me to go back to Japan, bring me my orders. There must be proper orders. That reminds me of that wrestling clip where, the guy's like, have you ever seen that clip where the guy's like in the stands and he's like talking to pro wrestlers and he's like, 38 and he's just like, look, it's still real to me, damn it.
No.
Oh, it's just worth watching.
Oh, that's pretty great. So that's what he wants orders. That makes sense. He wants orders.
He not only wants,
Yeah.
it does, like, he wants, like, official. He was told early, you do not quit.
Yeah, so he needs orders.
Yeah. So Suzuki offers him a cigarette and some gin.
It's kind of all Rambo wanted.
So,
And I assume this is based on Rambo.
this is not based on Rambo, but good guess again. I think this is your second time guessing Rambo.
Well, I work in reverse time.
So he offers him a cigarette and gin. Hiroo takes the smoke, but he passes on the gin.
What?
Because Hiroo is still not sure how legitimate this guy was.
Might as
He
well
still
kill
thought
him.
there was a very good chance he was going to have to kill him.
Yeah.
So Hiroo did take some beans that he ate straight from the tin, and he said that it felt like, quote, "It was the first time in 30 years I was eating something fit for human beings."
I bet that just went right through him.
Oh, of course, everything. He's like, "Oh God, excuse me." So Suzuki kept wanting to know how he could actually get Hiroo back, but he was consistent. He said, Major Taniguchi is my immediate superior. I won't give in until I have my direct orders from him.
What if
Hiroo
he's dead?
Well, I guess I hate to call back one of our hackiest references, but then it's weekend at Major Taniguchi's. It's go time or reanimation. So Hiroo was beginning to actually trust and like Suzuki.
Yeah.
Suzuki. The main reson he thought he was okay.
Wait a minute. Who's the Suzuki guy?
Nice, Dave. It's fun to be in the passenger seat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just little flubs like, "Hey, screw you, asshole." So the main reason why he started to trust him was because he was wearing sandals with socks, which he had never seen on an islander.
Oh, fuck no.
So by the end of the night, they're
You
hanging out.
No, everybody near a beach doesn't do that. That's like tourist shit.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So by the end of the night, he even lets Suzuki take some pictures of him, one with the two of them together. And with that, they part ways, and Suzuki left him with, quote, "I'll come back for you as soon as I can. The press will make a huge story out of this. You won't believe it."
So not any sort of technological advancement that comes doesn't mean anything because time is passing. So he just thinks, yeah, everything's different. Yeah. So anything that's different, he just wraps into his little
At
brain
this
game.
point, time, what is time?
Yeah.
So this is one of the pictures they took of Hiroo and Suzuki.
Oh my God, look at them.
So Suzuki is like this dude. So he's essentially like...
They look fucking great.
Yeah, so he's essentially... Suzuki is just like this dude.
It's amazing.
And he's just like, finds him. And now he's like, "Can I take some pics?"
How is this not like a show? Like this should be on longer than MASH.
So they agreed that they would leave the Hiroo agreed that to communicate, they would leave messages in this box. Because of the search parties, there were all these little weird note boxes that had been set up
Sure.
To try and communicate. So they agreed a specific box they would communicate through. And Suzuki was not lying about the press he was going to get either. He made his way directly to the Japanese embassy in Manila and showed the proof. Within a day, the pictures were on the front page of all Japanese newspapers. The government got Taniguchi.
Yeah, because it's literally like he fucking found Bigfoot.
Totally. It really is. People are like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah.
So the government got Taniguchi and with Suzuki, and then they also got Hiroo Onada's brother Toshio, and they all sent them back to Lubang. After 2 weeks, Hiroo checked the box, and there were items in it. One was one of the pictures of Hiroo, and it was the first time he had seen his face in 30 years. And he thought to himself that he looked like one of his uncles.
Oh, shit. This is when stuff starts to hit you. You at a certain age, you're like, "Oh my God, I look like my uncle."
So here he is.
That old rascal.
It's him. That's actually probably not one of the pictures. But
Probably not one he wanted to show me.
nope. Get out of there.
'Cause that's an ending.
Shut up. So, and then there's a note. With the pictures, there's a note that says, from Suzuki that says, quote, "I've come back for you, just as I promised." Along with that, there were 2 army orders, one which was required to be given in person by Taniguchi, which is exactly what Hiroo wanted. So Hiroo was now fairly confident that this was all real, but he still wouldn't let his guard down. As he walked to the rendezvous point, he thought to himself, "I'm not going to let 30 years of hard work go down the drain."
Yeah. Get ready with a fucking gun. Have
So
a
as
knife
he's getting ready, right? Hiroo,
Yep.
Hiroo Onada,
Yep. Let's
ready
kill
at his
some
rifle.
motherfuckers.
No, let's settle down.
Let's end this
Shut up.
by shooting
Shut
some
up.
motherfuckers.
Stop.
And come out of the jungle
No.
like a man.
No. Like who? Like Rambo? Shut up, Dave. So he readies his rifle and he moves towards the tent.
Kill him.
And he first sees Suzuki, and Suzuki immediately yells out, "It's Onada! Made it Taniguchi! It's Onada!" And Hiroo approaches, and sure enough, it's Major Taniguchi.
Holy shit.
So they like stand there, they're having this moment, and then Taniguchi, starts reading these orders. And the orders say that there are absolutely no more orders for him to carry out.
Yeah.
And he's relieved by him, and these are official dismissal papers.
Yeah.
So his service was over. He was 52 years old. Hiroo's backpack became heavier than it
That's
had
a
ever
lot
been.
that's a lot of back pay.
By
By the way,
for
that's
sure.
a fucking shitload of back pay.
So he said his backpack feels heavier than ever.
Yeah.
He's silent, and then he just looks and he gets angry. He
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
know what he had been doing. How could the Japanese be so sloppy? Why did they give up? He's like, "Why did we give up?" He's livid, and then he calms
totally
down.
fucking legit questions, man.
Calms down. They spend the night, and the idea is the next day he was going to get a pardon from the president of the Philippines because he had obviously committed a lot of crimes.
Well, I don't know if they're crimes if you're at war.
No, well, that's fair. But there was one rule. He couldn't clean up too much. They wanted him to look like he had been worn down as a prisoner for a little bit. So he could, however, sneak on the fresh undies that Taniguchi's wife gave him to pass along.
Okay.
So he puts on the new undies.
Let me just tell you something right now. You can be out in the mountains for fucking 30 years, but you get a fucking fresh pair of undies, and it is a new goddamn day.
If they're Mac Weldon's, you got another 30 years.
It's no joke.
Okay, so, we're the worst.
This episode brought to you by Mac Weldon.
So later, Hiroo meets with President Marcos as planned.
Am I not seeing the underwear?
No, you're not going to see his underwear. He meets with President Marcos as planned, and Hiroo presents him with a sword in an act of honorable surrender. So that's
no fucking coincidence that Marcos gets killed.
Dave.
After this.
Dave, that's not for now. And he got a full pardon. It's estimated that he killed 100 men in his time there.
Fuck yes! This
Within
guy's
an hour,
great.
he is Rambo.
He's a mass murderer.
He said it was more like 52.
He's a mass murderer.
Well, I mean, he's a mass war
He's a fucking
fighter.
psycho in the mountains.
He's a gorilla in the mist. So, within an hour, he's on a helicopter. He's headed back to Japan. So Hiroo Onada arrived in Japan to great fanfare.
Is he like, fuck, I killed 50 people for no reason?
No, he feels no guilt.
He's a fucking lunatic.
Look, he feels no guilt.
Okay.
Hiroo Onada arrives in Japan to great fanfare. He was greeted like a beetle. He was swarmed by the press and photographers constantly.
That's a lot.
A sign went up near his house.
If you've been living with ants and bananas for 30 years and all of a sudden people are talking, that's a lot.
You might make you end up back there.
That's
like,
some
here's the old spot.
PTSD shit. You're like, I miss my ants.
Bite my eardrum. I miss my ants. I look like my uncle.
He can't even sleep without getting bitten by ants right now.
Yeah, no. Can we get an ant bed in here? Like he sleeps in like it's just like a water bed with ants in them so he can just sort of feel them. But they don't bite him. But he's like, oh, that's nice.
I need a big snake to roll through. Is that a thing that can happen?
Yeah. Oh, nice rat. Oh, like get a small dog and put a rat tail on it.
God damn it doesn't smell like bananas.
That's it. Rub some more under my nose.
They ask him how he feels. He shits on the floor.
Oh.
No.
Rub his nose in it. That's the only way to get him to stop. He's been warned. So he's swarmed by photographers, the press. A sign goes up near his house that told fans they were close to where the living legend lived. He received over 100 marriage proposals from women he'd never met.
Yeah. Well, he's a real man.
There was even a character on Gilligan's Island based on him as like a guest star.
Oh, shit. I remembered that.
It was extremely racist.
What?
To answer your
question. Not Gilligan's Island.
It was extremely racist.
Gilligan's Island.
So the government did not look great in this one because what their Ministry of Defense and their armies had not been able to do for almost 30 years was done in 5 days by a 24-year-old college dropout with no tracking ability. And he wore sandals with socks.
Yeah, that's how it's
That's a war crime. That's a war crime. Hiroo Onada wasn't the only soldier who stayed hidden after the war. There were a number of stories like this, but none as long. So why was Hiroo the hero? Well, there was a guy named Sochi Yokoi, for instance, and he was gone for 28 years in Guam, but he hadn't kept fighting like Hiroo, and he hadn't waited to be relieved. He was found by two hunters, and it was viewed as he was captured. So when the two were compared, which they were a lot, Hiroo Onada was by far the more heroic story. In 1975, Hiroo went into seclusion. He moved to Brazil, where one of his brothers had relocated.
Sure.
He started a family of his own and ran a cattle ranch.
Mm-hmm.
His brother once said of Hiroo's return that he, quote, didn't know whether to congratulate him or call him an idiot.
Well, he's a fucking idiot.
He was left up there like, we'll come for you.
I know, but he's an idiot.
Potentially. For sure. There's some signs. There's
Yeah.
certain
There were
stuff
a
you
lot
got
of
to be
fucking signs.
like.
There were a lot of signs.
There's a couple.
A lot of signs.
1 to 2.
He got his
One
he got his
to two.
two bros killed because he wouldn't fucking reel it in.
It's not his fault.
Yeah, totally his fault with those guys.
Onada-
They talked those guys into it.
Onada died of heart failure combined with pneumonia on January 16th, 2014 in Tokyo at the age of 91. So Japan did away with their army after the war, and they only had a self-defense force, which, while it is technically a military with branches of the Army, Navy, and the Air Force, is not allowed to conduct any offensive operations or leave Japan. So this has made some less fanatic about Hiroo's story as time wore on. But hopefully, that will all change because in 2014, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe announced a major revision to the SDF that Japan would now be allowed to defend friends and allies under attack for the first time, even if it was overseas.
Here we go. They're coming for us.
Watch out.
War is bad.
War is bad.
That's what you take from all war stories is war is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. But this guy, I mean, I think obviously it is, it's insane. And he killed people. And,
50 to 100.
Yeah, 50 to 100
He's
people.
a mass murderer.
Well, but he was.
He's got Bundy numbers.
Yeah, but Bundy, he genuinely thought. Look, first of all,
Bundy genuinely thought.
First of all, the Japanese army was really vicious. Even when it would come to POWs, I think the Germans killed something 6% of POWs, and the Japanese killed 27% during the war and
they
stuff.
had a really gnarly
so they were
experimental thing.
Yeah, so they were super violent. So he was just sort of bred out of that, and yeah, he is crazy for sure. But the whole time he's like, they'll be back tomorrow. They'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's the story of
I'm not
Hiroo
on,
Onada.
I'm not on his side.
Yeah, I'm not on his side either. But when I'd heard this
you think
story.
He still ate bananas?
Yeah, for sure.
In
he wanted to be
Brazil,
buried with bananas.
In the 90s, give me a banana.
Probably. I mean, or you are the opposite. If you hear banana or you see a banana, you're there's one person who's scared of pickles on Tyra Banks. You're that person. You're get that banana out of here.
Or he just every time someone has a banana, he goes, "Hey, I got a banana story for you."
And it's not a story.
Cut
it's one
to
of those
hours
things.
later, the guy's like, "Oh my god!"
So we could mix it with coconut milk, but the cow wasn't good, and that's when my friend Kazuka died. But I still ate bananas even then. Would you believe that? He's the guy at the party where you're just like, "Oh, what are you up to?"
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go.
Bananas were bad.
Huh?
Bananas were bad.
Yeah. Okay.
It was 1944.
My
first time I had a
do you need a
banana
drink? I can
that
get
I
us
was
drinks.
forced to eat.
Get us drinks.
And that went on for almost 30 years, and I'm going to walk you through each one now. Who are you signaling to?
Nothing. No one. It's just I had an itch.
I know who sent you.
Huh?
I know who sent you.
We talking about? I'm here.
You're an Islander.
We're Islander. Word.
Think?
What?
Throat
Brazil
cut.
party.
Oh, he's still talking.
Brazil party.
Brazil party.
I would move to Brazil too. I would move to another country to get away from it all. But also, he's a fucking dick.
Yeah. He also became a right winger. He was
Of
very.
course, he's a right winger.
He was very militant. Believe it or not,
Who
he
else?
was. But in his later life, he was like, "We need more army."
Yeah, of course he was. He had to justify his whole bullshit existence in the mountains, which was a bullshit existence.
Almost
No matter what.
paradise. We're knocking on heaven's door.
Did he at least make things to hang in and sleep in the trees?
No.
No.
But some of their areas were pretty, they look nice after years. I mean, if you're up there for that long, you're gonna have a crib style, "Welcome to our bamboo shelter."
Oh, fuck that guy.
All right.
I'm not a fan.
Well,
His story's interesting, but he's
That's been a
he's
pollard.
Fucking
or a rollop.
he's an ass clown.
That's not gonna be the title. Bye.
Bye.